It was hard keeping this a secret from my mom for 3 weeks. Surprise. Miss Catherine Bennett, where do I begin? For a little over 18 years now, you've been the most influential person in my life. I have to admit that out of all the papers and speeches I've written in my MBA career, this has been both the easiest and the hardest. It's easy to talk about someone you've lived with for 18 years, because you never run out of stories or funny jokes to tell. But it's hard in the sense that our relationship will soon change forever with the start of college. But for now, I want to focus on the present and how privileged I am to be your son. It's easy to look back and see how far I've come because of you. For those of you who don't know, I entered 7th grade knowing exactly one person in the MBA community. That was my brother, who was a freshman in high school. So for a while, I struggled to settle into my new community and my new environment. I went to school, came home, did homework, and went to bed. And that was my routine for a large part of 7th grade, including weekends. But looking back at it, I admire the fact that you sent me here because you knew it would make me a better man, even if it was painfully uncomfortable at first. I've built relationships, uncovered passions, learned what I'm good at, and what I'm absolutely terrible at, which is a lot. I owe every memory I've made here to you and your will to better me. For that, I'm humbled and appreciative. We've shared a lot of memories here on the Hill, and I've even watched you tear up at other kids' speeches at this breakfast. We've always sat down near the corners of the gym and admired the speeches as you try to choke back tears. I don't enjoy watching my mother cry, and honestly, it makes me uncomfortable. It puts me in the position as to whether I should say something or just let it slide. But don't worry, I made sure to bring extra tissues for you. One of the things I admire most about you is your ability to recognize potential in me before I even know it's there. From an early age, you taught me how to love the English language and the ability to express yourself through words. Last summer, I received an English Wilson grant and went to study creative writing at California, Berkeley for a few weeks. I remember how excited I was to be going across the country to get a taste of the college of life, alone, with no parents, no supervision, and no one to scold me for blowing $57.78 in the Las Vegas airport. Sorry. I must have forgotten to tell you. And yes, I kept track of every penny. Anyway, I came home from school one day and your smile was wider than usual. I can still remember you saying, "Guess what? I found out about a business trip in San Francisco this summer and it overlaps your Wilson grant." Isn't that great? We're gonna get to spend some time together. Wait, really? Yeah, I'm serious. Isn't that great news? Believe it or not, it didn't take me long to start missing home. I miss being in a comfortable environment with the rest of my family, my pets, and yes, my mom. It was weird not being able to stay up watching Dancing with the Stars, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, or The Big Bang Theory late night with you. But on one of the last few days, our group took a trip to the heart of San Francisco. I remember calling you to see if you had any free time. Despite a number of meetings and deadlines, you found a way to get through the heart of San Francisco traffic and meet me at one of the piers. I know it probably seemed like any other day to you, but to me, I'll remember that forever because of the sacrifice you made to come see me, even if it was just for a few hours. It didn't take me long to start feeling at home again as we walked alongside the bay and caught up on the eventful week. And isn't that what's beautiful about the mother figure in our lives? It doesn't matter when, where, or how. Your mother's presence will always be comforting. I think one of the most beautiful things about a mother is her ability to love unconditionally. I know you'll always be beside me offering guidance and support no matter what decisions I make or how badly I mess up. And trust me, I've made my fair share of mistakes. You loved me when I spilled a red slushie on our white carpet when I was little. You loved me when I got a 5 on a science quiz. I spelled my name right. You even loved me when I shoved an absurd amount of fireworks down the sewer pipe along with a burning roll of paper towels to start the blaze. Long story short, I can't describe how comforting it is to know that I have endless support, so thank you. Before I finish, I want to encourage everyone to turn to your mom and tell her you love her, whether it's your aunt, grandma, or sister, whoever that female figure is in your life that got you to where you are today. Pretty soon we'll be sent off into the real world to make something of ourselves, and we won't always have her beside us to guide us through life's everyday challenges. As you like to say, the baby bird leaves the nest eventually. Because of you, I'll be leaving the nest as a better person, ready to pursue my passions and take on the world because of what you've taught me. I know I don't say it enough, but I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. Thank you.